The kids at Jefferson Elementary School in Calexico are back in school, and they have been since May of last year. But they're still going to class in makeshift buildings on the edge of the school campus. That's because the school's classrooms look like this, and they have since Easter of last year.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the damage that had been done. Immediately started making phone calls to notify people to shut off the water and to come. Definitely knew that there was going to be some attention needed here at Jefferson.
Principal Padilla says he expects they won't be back in the school building until December. Ceilings, soffits, and water pipes weren't the only things that took a hit from the earthquake. The Calexico school superintendent says the quake forced them to cancel many days of classes throughout the district.
Well, the high school was out for 20 days, and Jefferson students were out for 23 days. All the rest of the students were in class by the end of 17 days. That's a major hit cost-wise.
That's because school districts are reimbursed by the state per student per day. Lost days means lost revenue, about $11 million in the case of Calexico Unified. The city of Calexico saw a lot of damage to its infrastructure. Mayor John Moreno says the city's water treatment plant alone suffered $28 million in damage.
And now we're waiting for the money from that was pushed by Senator Barbara Boxer from the U.S. Congress. And it's now in this Sacramento in the state, and we're just waiting for it to funnel to the city of Calexico.
The good news, in Moreno's view, is that Calexico is almost back to normal.
Our city right now is 95%. Our downtown is 95%. There are some houses that still need to be rehabbed, and there's some, fences and stuff like that still need to be fixed. But I would say overall, the city is about 95%.
Anderson Apartments was one of the residential buildings that was structurally damaged and condemned. 16 units were lost, about 45 people were displaced. 117 people were temporarily displaced from the De Anza Hotel, an old folks' home about 3 blocks away from here.
They were taken to other places in the community, hotels and motels that were available for them.
Another Calexico group that has taken a while to bounce back is the downtown business community. Some buildings were deemed unsafe and demolished. This building may ultimately lose its characteristic arches. Downtown grocery store owner Eduardo Lopez found his store in shambles after the earthquake.
We were kind of shocked at the amount of damage as far as merchandise being on the ground. As I've showed you in the pictures, we had quite a bit of merchandise on the ground. And it actually, because of broken items, they contaminated other items, so we did have to throw away quite a bit of merchandise.
Like most business people, Lopez needed to close his store while inspectors made sure buildings were stable. Though business has mostly returned to normal, Lopez estimates the Easter earthquake cost him $70,000.
I was not covered for earthquake, so basically the store and ourselves had to absorb the loss of revenue from being closed, in addition to all the damages that were done to the store.
Earthquakes are common in Calexico, but the locals are hoping they stay small, at least until everything gets fixed.